think listening to Jesus talk, and as I read that book, the book of John, Matt said one thing at one point. When Jesus walked the earth, he was either a madman or he is who he was, or should I say who he is. And that rang true when I read John and I read through this. For a man to be just a man, a human, flesh and blood, and have the wisdom that's in that particular book, then that was really a key point of turn that I find that very difficult to believe. And that was part of the scriptures that really turned me quite a bit into becoming a Christian. How has this changed my relationship? Well, with Matt, I think we're a little closer. With Jesus, it is an ongoing change. Becoming a believer and having faith is entirely different to leading a Christian life. And it's a struggle. So my relationship is to Jesus as I've passed the dating game, and which is usually utopian as you date your future wife and so forth. It certainly is not the relationship as with your wife, it's your father. But we're new. So for me it's a struggle to think, act, do as Jesus would want me to as a mature Christian. And it's going to take time. It's going to take some time. I find that coming from 50 odd years, not being brought up really in a Christian family, but a good family. But to go through that period, that amount of life, and then switch and say, okay, I'm going to live as a Christian and be as a Christian, think like a Christian, have my faith in the Lord and His plan. That's going to take time just to relearn my life to do that. It's a great journey, but it's a tough journey.
I think for me, our relationships changed in a way that, obviously starts off as employer and employee, and then he became a friend, and now he's a brother in Christ, and that's huge, because that becomes with so much more benefits than just a friend. It comes with accountability, comes with a lot of love and compassion, and we can actually speak about things at a lot deeper level, and that means the world to me. But it also forces me to continue to live out my faith every day in the workplace, because now I have another accountability partner in Leigh. So it's definitely changed our relationships for the better, and I'm just excited to know him and to know him for life now. Really, it's key.
I think the tough one for me in talking about relationships too, I have people that I've worked with now for up to 16, 20 years. It's probably hard for me to open up that I'm a Christian to those people I've had relationships for 20 years in fear of what that will do to that relationship. At some point I'm going to have to do that further. That's part of walking and being a Christian and being a disciple, which I understand. And that's going to be a transition point as well. So it'll happen. It'll happen.
That was a great story, wasn't it? I'm David Delk, President and CEO of Man in the Mirror, and it's encouraging to see when men's lives are transformed. That's why we're doing this 12 Days of Manhood. We'd love for you to learn more, share these stories, share your own experience, join the movement. Click in the description to learn more about 12 Days of Manhood and how you can be a part of what God is doing in the lives of men.